All right, what's going on, party people? This is Lacery here. We back at it. Got another one here for you guys today. Most likely tonight. You know what I'm saying? But either way, well, depending on what time you're looking at this. You feel me? So if this is your first time, welcome. What I do here, I pretty much break bread. Like I am a spiritual healer. I talk about spirituality. So just know you're gonna be in for a good one. And if you see the title and maybe that might be the reason why you click on it, so you already know you definitely in for a good one. Now niggas, if y'all coming back, you already know what you're in for. Come on now, stop playing. You see, you got me coughing. You playing too much. Get your plate. You already know, man. It's time for us to break some. Drink our shit and talk our shit and smoke our shit too. You feel me? So let's get right into it. Now, at first, I kind of like didn't want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like so many people talked about fear. You got to overcome your fear. How important it is for you to overcome your fear. So, for me personally, I was like, I mean, I mean, it's not like it sounds cliche, but it's more like it's been talked about so many times, like, you know what I'm saying? But regardless of how many times it's been talked about, though, obviously that's why I'm going to be talking about it. But most importantly, goddamn, man, like, this is heavy. Like, I know a lot of us hear it, but we don't really hear it. Unfortunately, because what we see in our society is basically based on fear. The fear of being yourself, the fear of success, the fear of failure, the fear of everything. You know what I'm saying? The Joneses, like it's all around us. You see it. Now I'm not sure how you're seeing it, and a lot of us are partaking in it. So therefore, when you in it, you can't really see it. But when you stand on the sideline, you know what I'm saying? Meaning you have graduated with a higher consciousness. You get to see things, you know what I'm saying, differently. It's all around you. Even in fucking relationship. That's why niggas don't even talk about love. Do you see what I'm saying? Or the fear to be loved. To be loved. All right, let me stop. That was my shit too, man. Coming to America. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, man. I gotta say, till today, till today. But anyway, so at first, of course, the spirit nigga, you gotta talk about it. So here I am talking about it. So fear is crucial, guys. Like it's, and the thing about fear is that it doesn't stop. Even like I was listening to Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, talking about how he always used to be feared, right before he get into the ring. Like that shit is crazy. And you would think like the confidence that this guy had and knocking niggas out in fucking 30, 40 seconds, not even a minute, you would think this motherfucker have no kind of fear in him. Thus we call him Iron Mike. But that was not the case. So I'm saying this to say how crucial or how vital, it is for us to, conquer our fear, but most importantly to deal with it instead of letting our fear taking over us. Do you see what I'm saying? And the point of this is for you to control, to be the master of your fear, meaning that the fear is still going to be there, but you are mastering it. Meaning, you know what you got to do. It's fine. It's healthy. Having a healthy fear. But of course, for you to do that, that's when, the self work comes in. And that's what I'm going to be talking about here. And that's why this, I mean, even though I felt like so many people talk about it, but this is big. It's a big thing. Because you have, people who are, I don't know, who's looking to be accepted. So therefore, they're afraid of being who they are. This is crazy. Can you imagine you looking in the mirrors, looking at yourself, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, I just don't want him to see me. I just don't want to see myself, or however the fuck you want to put it. Like, this is crazy. Like, you would know. I mean, you would understand that you would want to take a look at who you are. You know what I'm saying? Embracing this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Checking yourself out in the mirror. Okay, check. You know what I'm saying? Everything's did. You know what I'm saying? Check. You know what I'm saying? You would think that's how it would be. But unfortunately, it's like, it's crazy. But this is also good because that would also explain how you are creating your reality. So here you are being afraid of who you are, and now you created a whole different reality, which is a false personality. Or I like to call it the false self. And that's why a lot of people, and that's how a lot of people are technically, living their lives based on who they should be. This shit is crazy. But crazy, but at the same time, it's also reflecting that, like you created your own reality. Now, it's not in touch with the person that you are, because that's the purpose for you to be alive. For you to embody this experience by you being aware, for you to smell those roses or the flowers. But you got to be aware of that, though. You're here to have the ultimate experience, meaning to be at the ultimate state of enlightenment. Because the higher the higher your consciousness, the more you're able to experience, take a look, being a witness of what's taking place. That's what experiences is. You're just a witness, dog. And that's how you transcend from your individual self to becoming a cosmic person. And there's still a connection. You're living in both worlds. And so many, and you could say both worlds, but technically you bridged the gap. You connected both worlds. You made it one. That's why they say the seer should be the seen becomes the same as the seer. Like, that's how another way of saying that is the word's got to be made flesh. Only then you having the fucking experience. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise, you just bullshitting. But anyway, you just, you napping. Wake your ass up. You napping, baby. Come on now. There's a whole lot going on out here. Handsome? What are you doing? Stop napping. So, but for you to actually bridge the gap, because we've been conditioned not to be ourselves, so naturally, so what you call the black sheep or the chosen one, it is the roof. The one, like a nigga like me, I couldn't be tamed. Oh, I was shitting all over the place, baby. Hey, boy, put your pants on. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm walking around naked, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I was always criticized because I didn't want to feed in. And that's how you recognize the masters too. A lot of the great ones, or what you're calling chosen ones. I mean, I don't know if I am a chosen one or I have already chose this. Food for thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It could be, hey, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I think I would go with the latter. So therefore, that's what the masters come back to realign you motherfuckers. So what you call a shaman, a spiritual healer, is realigning you to who you are, to your source, to make you whole, to make you 100%. Because healing means, let's just say, when you're sick, if we're using numbers, you're not 100. You're not at 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We're just, and 100% is one, which is you. You being you. You don't like you? You don't like how you look, dog? All right, work on it. It's all good. You don't got to run away from it. Because what we're seeing is people are actually running away from it by creating that other reality. So it's funny because just by looking at this, I'm trying to show it in different aspects. So you understand that when they say we are creating our reality, we are, because now we created something like how we're living our life. This society was created. What you call in society, school, you got to act like this. You got all of that was actually created. So we created that. We created that reality. Or society, however you want to put it. I mean, I'm still part of society. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere. I'm down with all the smokes. You feel me? So now to actually get back to what we were talking about, you feel me? Mm-hmm. But yet there's a other reality, which is also the reality that's what I'm talking about here. That's why I'm here to tell you, yo, there's a other reality. In other words, to tell you the truth, if you want to label it as such, or to let you know, yo, you dreaming, dog. Like, wake up. This is what this is. I mean, it's however you wanna, you know what I'm saying. But my whole thing is to present it to you. I'm painting right now. I'm on some bullshit. You feel me? I'm on my bullshit. Showing you a different aspect, and that's why we're living in the multi. How do they call it? Not well, dimensional or universe, a parallel. There you go. That's exactly that's what it is. It's taking place right here, right now, on a whole different. I mean, on different planes too. But try not to look at it just from an outside perspective. You could look at it within the society. It's happening, or maybe that's the whole purpose of for you to understand this. Maybe I'm just saying. I don't know. But most importantly, now that we are afraid of who we are, right? And there's all type of fears. So, by me talking about Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, for that purpose, I wanted to emphasize on that so you understand, like, what the fuck. I mean, to let you know that, and that's what the whole African spirituality is all about. That's the harmony. That's the balance. It's not a duality, it's a polarity. Meaning having a coin, both sides of the coin represent the coin. And that's what the whole African spirituality is all about. And that's why it's all about ma'at, which is balance, that scale, that Libra scale, however the fuck you want to say it. That's why it was very important. But in other type of spirituality, they're talking about duality. That's why they have heaven and earth. They have hell and heaven. They have God and then Satan, the enemy. You know what I'm saying? But we understand that, you know what I'm saying, like, even your enemies, you got to be friends with your enemies. You see what I'm saying? In fact, yesterday I had a video where I was talking about, you know what I'm saying, like your approach to yourself could make it even harder for you to even conquer yourself. Because, okay, like, you have, I mean, this is just the art of war too. I mean, and I'm saying this in layman's terms, it's not highly, it's not complex or anything like that, just the art of war. Like, if I'm fighting you, or if there's two teams going at each other, I have to know who you are. So therefore, your approach to your enemy now is a friendly approach. Because you're not coming like, yo, fuck you and all that. I mean, yes, you're going to do all of that. But for you, that's why for you to beat your enemy, you have to become your enemy. Meaning you have to learn their ways, understanding how they think, how they move. That's what you see when people are talking about studying the game tapes. That's what it's all about. So by you learning about your enemy, guess what? You are becoming your enemy's friend. Because that's what friends do, man. We get to know each other. Like, we have common things. Now, sometimes, some people may choose to react based on how the enemy is moving. Or, now that you know how they're moving, you can improve your game. But those would be other type of strategy. It wouldn't have anything to do with what we're talking about here. But it was worth talking about. Right? And I'll make the connection in just a second. Anyway. So now it's important for you. That's why for you to have that harmony, that balance, that's why you have to love yourself. Embrace your ego. Embrace your fear. Until you embrace your fear, you will not be able to conquer it. Conquer it. That's the word, because it's still going to be there. Or in other words, you become the master of your fear. Now, your fear is still going to be there because your fear is there to protect you too. There's absolutely nothing wrong with our body. Everything is perfect. Your pee could be used for, I mean, they have, shit, I don't think I'm going to try that shit, though. But they have a whole fucking thing about, healing yourself with fucking urine and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit's coming out of your body. You know what I'm saying? And you guys, I mean, I told you guys, like, I mean, because I'm from Haiti, right? So I know, they use, shit. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to say it nicely, but for your organic food, no matter how strong it smells, you know what I'm saying? It's useful. So I'm saying that to say, I mean, it's kind of funny because we've been trained not to even accept ourselves. Like when you look at in the European culture, like sex is not talked about, or your genitals, it's like you always got to control. There's a and I did talk about that on a video where I was talking about the myth, the creation myth, and how it pretty much structure your environment, your culture, depending on your understanding of it. So this shit is all mental. However, however you looking to dissect it, it's all mental. So everything is spiritual. Now we're talking about different degrees of spirituality, or spirit, or vibration. You see what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like, that's how you know you're a spirit living down here. That's how you get to see the whole picture. Like I was talking about in my last video, instead of looking at the parts. You see what I'm saying? So now, it's crazy how, I haven't even talked about fear directly here. And all of that is related to fear. So this is me showing you how pretty much heavy, or how important it is for you to become the master of yourself. And that's technically the job all a lot of masters have been doing, to make you recognize, or to remind you of who you are. You remember the time, nigga? That's what this shit is all about. So it's very important. Now, fear in itself it's part of your shadow. But again, that's alerting you about danger. You see, like, once you master your fear too, man, like, a lot of people, they don't know how to love with a broken heart. Oh, this is powerful. You have to learn how to love with a broken heart. But a lot of people that got their heart broken, unfortunately, they choose not to open it up. And guess what? It is in between that fear. Guess who's behind it? Yeah, this nigga's everywhere. On all different planes. Well, as far as on the third dimension. As far as I know. As far as I'm experiencing right now. And for you to balance the scale down here, you got to be 100% spiritual. Meaning you got to know who you are. And that's how you balance it. That's how now, not only that you're having a great experience, but most importantly, now you are it's like you are alive. You flowing with life. You part of the cosmic. It's like the experience you came down to do, you're doing that. And that's how you combine the universe with Earth, and it's like a total experience, nigga. This is a total package on Earth, nigga. It's a deluxe package. But you gotta know how to play. But pain also, because of pain, it pretty much help a lot of people to, people use pain as a blockage. You know what I'm saying? Because your pain also, it somehow stimulates a fear in you because you don't want to be hurt again. If we're going back to the heartbroken shit, because anybody who ever found the one, their soulmate, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they all love him with a broken heart, man. Listen, The broken heart is important. It's important. That's your lesson. That's your blessing. That's why you gotta love your enemies, man. They're here to help you. But sometimes we're looking at it from the wrong perspective. We're looking at pain in the wrong perspective. You gotta embrace pain too. That's your nigga. Listen, man. Yo, I got the whole Avengers here. You just can't see them. You know what I'm saying? You have to master all of those different aspects of you. But you got to have the right perspective, meaning you got to know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And that's what we're talking about right now. That's how you're going to master your fear. It's still going to be there. It's going to be a healthy fear. That's the purpose. By mastering it, now you're using your fear instead of you being used by your fear. And that's how you're captured. You become, you know what I'm saying? You become a hater. Salute to my haters too. I need you too, baby. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? But your definition of pain, you know how they say pain is pleasure? I don't know if I would quite, put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the pain, motherfucker. Some pain may not be as, I don't know. But I'll leave that alone. Be on my pay grade, baby. It's okay. I'll take an L on that one. Or I'll play the fifth on that one. But the bottom line is this, though. What the fuck was I talking about? I was all over the place. So, but I was talking about, what the fuck was it? Okay. Now, because I wanted to remember that because I felt like I was going to be building on that. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Anyway, I'm going to have to let it go. It'll come back. So we're talking about fear, right? Why you have to master it. You know what I'm saying? And by you mastering it, it's meaning that you know how to use it accordingly instead of having your fear using you. That's what the shadow is about. So understand this. Now, if there's any fight between you and yourself, it's going to make it hard for you to get along with yourself, obviously. So the European spirituality is based on, that's what that duality is about. Good and evil, that constant fight. That's what you see in Christianity when they talk about the enemy, and God, and all of that. So they talking about, those part of who they are, but they're looking at it in an enemy perspective. But think about it though. When you're using something, it's not your enemy anymore. That's how you master it. So they're actually speaking of from a perspective, since their shadows greater than who they are. So now we gotta fight this. In the name of Lord Jesus and all of that. That's why it makes sense, and that's what they teaching you too. In other words, they teaching you how to be a good slave instead of freeing your mind. It's like, okay, would you like to be a house slave? Or, instead of you being a plantation, being on the field slave, now you're fighting to be in the house. But you're still a slave. It's crazy. You're playing yourself. Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Why are you cheating yourself, man? Don't cheat yourself. Why are you doing that? You're cheating yourself. You know, I choose not to cheat myself. But a lot of that, I mean, it's great how I'm able to put this together by saying it to you this way. But the other side of looking at it too would be, I mean, this is the clean version. Because I'm on my beautiful bullshit. I'm on my pretty boy shit. So I'm giving it to you. You know what I'm saying, on a clean slate. You know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, sugarcoating that shit. But on the flip side of that, though, it comes with a lot of pain. Because the other side of that, as I'm trying to find who I am, now I'm comfortable with it. That's how I'm on my beautiful shit. Now let's get back on that shit. As that's what the journey is about. You becoming disappointed. You have to pick yourself up. You have to learn how to deal with your pain. But here's where I was gonna go. Now it's all coming back together. Spirit's kicking in too. Your pain. You got to look at it because your perspective of the pain can either help you or kill you. Not necessarily killing you, but could make it worse, or you could make it better. And that's where the whole looking at life, half full or half empty, comes from. That's technically what this game is all about, because it's all mental. Are you looking at it from a human perspective? Not when I say human, like from a lower vibrational perspective. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna love this better. I'm looking beautiful, baby, and I'm feeling beautiful too. So, are you looking at it from an individual perspective, or are you looking at it from a universal perspective? Because that's what it comes down to. And the reason why I didn't want to say the human shit, because it's all spiritual. Just a lower vibration. If we're talking about it's all mental here. Because on my side, it's all mental. Again, that's where the balance comes in. I'm able to unite what you see with what you don't see together. So it's not about fuck heaven or fuck hell or heaven. It's not about that. That's that duality. It's coming from a victim mentality. And you'll never see the bigger picture. Picturing it that way. You'll be cropped out. You wouldn't be able to picture that, dog. You'll be cropped out. What are you doing? Ooh. Excuse me. What are we talking about? So, that's why it's important for you, your approach to fear is important. With the Ma'at approach, it's balanced. That's your friend. Your ego is your friend. Your fear is your friend. Think about it, right? Oh, nigga, I'll give you. Oh shit, you're gonna love this one. Look at pain, or even fear for that matter, like a dumbbell, nigga. I mean, it's hurting you, right? But you still do it, because why? Because you know you're gonna get something else out of it. Shit, You might even looking for the heavy, like for the heaviest dumbbell, motherfucker. The stronger you trying to get, the heavy, you're gonna go for the heaviest like dumbbell, nigga. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why when you change your perspective, you change your life, you change your mentality. And that's why when you are on your God shit, now you're taking accountability. You're not asking for a lighter fucking pain. Nah, nigga. You ask for a stronger shoulder. Because the stronger your muscles get, what I'm saying, you'll be able to handle that motherfucking dumbbell. That, I don't know, 80 pounders or whatever the fuck. That's what you do. But you're not looking at it from that perspective. You're looking at it from a victim mentality. You know what I'm saying? And that's what life is all about. You got to cope with your pain. And that's how you learn how to love with a broken heart. But now your shadow is holding you back. Your fear is holding you back. Your pain is also holding you back. You got a lot going on. I just, Doc knows your ass, motherfucker. That was my diagnostic, nicest nigga. Mm-hmm. I mean, looking at your fucking, like, anatomy. You gotta start getting your herbs, nigga. You gotta get your greens. You need some sleep. You know what I'm saying? You gotta cope with this shit. That's why you gotta love your body and embrace all of it. There's no fight club in fucking African spirituality. And that's what makes this life perfect. And by you approaching yourself, now you have a better way or better chance to conquer or to master yourself. And that's how you master it. That's why you have to embrace your whatever the fuck, whatever bad you did. You didn't know better. Oh, okay. That's how you heal your wounded child. Let him know, hey, he didn't know better. But guess what? He got here though. Right? That same wounded child have somehow managed itself to be on this side. Oh, I love you, little nigga. Look at yourself. Look at me. Come on, man. We're talking dirty over here, man. Mm-hmm. And that's what the whole loving yourself comes in. You see what I'm saying? And just like I didn't want to talk about the whole fear shit because I feel like so many people have talked about it. Here's another topic people always talk about too. For you to love somebody else, you got to love yourself. There's no way out of it. Regardless of how many times you're going to hear that shit is still heavy though. You can't neglect it. You can't put it on the side. That's the kind of, that's going to be part of the meal, baby. We can't, no, you can't modify that one. There's no way out of it. Just like you got to conquer your fear. There's no out of that. Mm-mm. It's not happening. At all. You feel me? Stop playing. You're playing yourself. Why are you doing that to you? It's yourself. That's why you got to embrace who you are. And by embracing who you are, embracing your fear, embracing your ego, there's no fight going on. That's why, again, that's where the ma'at comes in at this point. Then you understand the relationship between spirit and form, or spirit and body. So yesterday I was talking about body. Technically, your body is just an extended version of your consciousness. Because you could change your DNA as you change your state of mind. So your body's your fucking you. So when dumb motherfuckers talking about, your mind and then your body, nigga, there's no fucking separation. You separate when you get out of here. It's not even you could call it separation then. But if you're over here, there's no separation. That's why when you see the fucking hallow in these motherfuckers, the saints, Jesus, his DNA changed. He become the Christ. So that light that he's now projecting is going through his fucking body. And now you can see it. And that's beauty, nigga. That's what beauty is about. I'm looking good, handsome. That's what fucking beauty is about. Those are spiritual qualities. Spiritual aspect of who you are. Come on, man. We're talking dirty right now. Feel me? You got to create beauty around you. For you to own your fear, you guys got to become pals, man. Yo, what's going on, man? All right? Okay, that's what you're doing? Okay, I get what you're doing, though. But we got to go that route, though. That's what Mike Tyson did. Iron Mike. Nigga, like, the fear's there. Okay, but you know what I'm saying? We're fighters. We put the time in. I mean, I understand what's happening now, but baby, come on, man. You're going to have to, submit on that one. Nigga like, okay. And then once a couple punches, you're like, oh, we got it? Nigga said, okay. Let me roll back. And now it's a show, baby. Are you dancing? Oh, it's a show. You know what I'm saying? That's when that self of yours comes out. And still maintain, that's how you control your fear or that shadow side of you. But it still is a healthy relationship because, we got to see each other again. We got to see each other. I mean, what are we going to do? You going to keep fighting it? Or we're going to be best friends? So if I'm going to see you again, and then I'm going to see you again and again, now at this point, we're becoming best friends, baby. And that's how we're able to sit. The lion shall sit with the lamb. You know what I'm saying? Big up to my man, Sifri Manel. That's where I got it from. Well, first time I learned that. It's in the Bible. But, when I heard it was from him. You feel me? Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hold up, man. I was just sipping a little bit of wine. We ain't doing nothing too heavy. You know what I'm saying? We listen. We're pretty light on the jab, baby. We're keeping it light. You feel me? So now, that's why you got to have that balance. That's why you got to approach yourself with love. And that's what loving yourself means, so you can love somebody else. See, a lot of people think when we talk about self-love, it's being selfish. That's because they're looking at just the action in itself, but they have not understood, they have not gone through it. Because when you go through it, that's why people who have not gone through like self-love, they can't talk about it. They would look at it as being selfish. Or, you know, you have your clouts, your fake ass motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, that may want to talk about it, but then in their action, you'll be able to know what's what. You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing I've been seeing, and that's why I'm like, and I did have a video on that too, because I was talking about, you know, when we talk about the age that we in, which is the, what is it called? The Aquarius age, whatever, but the age of information, pretty much, right? And obviously, that's what we're seeing. You know, information is pretty much everywhere. Now you have like toxic people talking about toxicity. Now that shit is crazy, bro. That shit's motherfucking crazy. Because people are just repeating shit. And that's what you could see that shit on your IG too. Everybody has a beautiful quote. The goddess, the whatever the fuck. Everybody has a beautiful quote. But if you were to get to know these people, I mean, I know a couple of them. That's why I'm talking about this. Shit, nigga, I know a few of them. Okay? Let's keep it all the way funky. I know a few of them, they would have those beautiful quotes. But their life, what they're saying is totally, it's like they're living a fantasy. Well, I mean, I guess that's what their social media is. You know, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're on track. Guess what, baby girl? You didn't do anything wrong. So you're using social media just to vent, like just to, you know, for fantasy, for, you know, fake knowledge. Or maybe your soul's asking for it too. But yet in your life, your life is not in accordance though. You're talking about courage, but everything you do is based on fear. Like, what the fuck? How do you have a quote on courage? It doesn't make sense. But they are able to do that because that information is out. Everybody gets to hear it. Everybody's not chasing nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? The line that you don't attract, you don't chase, you attract. Everybody's saying the same shit now. So it took away the true understanding part of it. And that's what I feel like, and that's the difference back, you know, with the Egyptian schools. That's why they didn't allow anybody to get in. You had to prove yourself. Most importantly, you had to let them know who you are. And them having that sacred knowledge, they know you're not worthy. That's why motherfuckers was waiting 20, 30 years. Because they're like, that's where I need to go. You see what I'm saying? Another way of saying what I'm saying is when Jesus said, or in the Bible it said, not to cast your pearls before swines. That's what they understood. Because when you do, they're going to trash it. And that's what stupid motherfuckers do with precious knowledge, because they don't understand it. You know, toxic people are talking about toxicity. That's what you got. So now that knowledge is no longer sacred. It has no meaning. It's not meaningful anymore. That's why a pearl in a desert has no value. It has no fucking values, man. Who's gonna buy it? It's in the fucking desert. And that's why you don't argue with stupid motherfuckers too. On that same tip, just saying. That's why this message is for the living. And that's what Jesus was talking about. Like, however the fuck you want to flip it. I'm just making it simple for you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta close your eyes, open your mouth, nigga. The body of Christ. This shit's a holy communion, you hear me? That's exactly what this shit's about, man. And that's why you gotta get in touch with yourself. But most importantly, having a friendly relationship with your fears. Now that you have a friendly relationship, you have established that. Because we ain't got no fight club going on, right? We ain't fighting nobody. Then now you able to make your move. Like, what's up, dog? Like, how can we work it out? And I can't recall, was it some Jesus shit? If you're gonna go to, like, there was two guys who was going to court, whatever the fuck, but make peace with your enemy while you're on your way there. If you're going, whatever the fuck. I don't remember verbatim, but I remember, like, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. But, okay, I mean, yes, no, yes. Like, listen, man. Like they say, if you can beat them, join them. But you joining your fears is helping you to get closer to yourself. You see, whenever somebody's being triggered by something, you never seen it like niggas losing their mind, like something happened. Oh, what the fuck? And all that. Triggered. That's an opportunity for you to learn about yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, I remember Mike Tyson. Yeah, Tyson is wild as fuck. I fuck with him. This nigga be smoking toad. Like, he does the whole, like, he's on spiritual shit right now. I fuck with this nigga, though. Mike, I love you, nigga. But anyway. This nigga was, he was having a fucking interview with this other dude about, I don't know what it was. No, there you go. About gay and all that shit. But Mike Tyson's question to him was like, why do you worry about somebody who's gay? Like, because technically what he was saying is, if you're triggered by that, there's something in you. Now, it doesn't mean that this guy was gay himself, but maybe the fear that was implanted in him, you're not supposed to, two guys are not supposed to be together, or two females not supposed to be together. So then when he sees that, it triggers something in him. Or it could be that too. It could be, come see, like, yeah, nigga, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Some gay niggas don't like other gay niggas. Right there. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. Mm-hmm. I'm just letting you know, in so many words, what I'm truly trying to say here is that your fear defines you, just like your courage defines you too. That's another reason why you should embrace your fear, because your fear now is teaching you something about you. That's why you don't approach it. You can't be on no fighting shit. There's no fight club, dog. We drinking and smoking, nigga. That's what we're doing. Ain't no fight club on this side, nigga. We work differently. Our work is different on this side. Mm-hmm. Oh, my pretty shit. That's how we're doing our work on that side. You understand what I'm saying? You with me, nigga? So now that's why it's important for you to approach your fear. And that's what the ma'at, that constant yin and the yang. And that's going to keep going. Because guess what? You know, you're going to conquer your fear on this stage. Then you're going to have another type of fear now. Like niggas that you hear it all the time. I think, I don't know who said it, but a lot of rappers be saying that shit. The fear of being broke. Now they got, yeah, how the fuck was it? The fear of not being rich. Now they became rich. Now they have a fear of not being broke. You see what I'm saying? So they learn how to balance that. So I'm saying this to say, yeah, I'm saying this to say, like, the harmony. I'm showing you the harmony. How you gotta embrace your fear. You know, so many. Well, since we're talking about fear, but I'm also showing you the other side of fear. That, you know what I'm saying, why it's important for you to embrace your fear, because you got a long ride to go until you get the fuck out of here. But on this plane, that's what you need. That's why your body's an extension of you, your consciousness. I mean, I didn't say that directly yesterday but that's, you know, I wanted you to come to your own fucking conclusion, nigga. Well, shit though. In so many words, that's why I'm breaking it, fear and all that shit, the way I'm breaking it down now. And I'm also emphasizing how important that shit is, regardless on how many motherfuckers talking about that shit. Because it's part of our lives. We have to do, it's like we are interacting with fear on a daily basis. You could lose your job. Like a lot of shit. You may leave home, not being able to come back. Whatever, however the fuck you want to say it. Those are all, like, what are you going to do? Oh, you got to dance with that motherfucker, though. That's what a hustler do. The nigga say, yo, I'm out here trying to do it. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm betting on myself. All right, that's what the motherfucker's doing. Now, that nigga understand the game. That's why in so many words, you know, like those people, they're telling you about you mastering your fear because they understand it. Now, understand this, like I always say, everybody's doing God's work. Everything's perfect, man. Everything is spiritual. Everybody's doing God's work. But now understand this, though, and that's what Jesus was talking about. A lot of people that came before me, meaning they didn't talk about me, but let me just go along with this shit because, you know, I'm on some bullshit. But that came before me, they are considered thief, meaning that they are giving you advice how to conquer your fear, but what they're not telling you is that you are a spiritual being. That's why Jesus said, I am the truth, meaning I'm giving you the best definition, the best perspective, the highest state of mind. In other words, when you know the truth, nothing's going to stop you. Like Neil, when he was having that conversation, man, you wouldn't have to dodge no bullet, though. And I know I could speak that shit for me, too, on so many different levels. Even people that's trying to get at me, I don't even pay attention to them, and they're being handled. That shit's crazy. Well, I mean, not crazy, crazy, but you know. I'm truly saying I'm that beautiful. That's all we don't do. Come on, man. We're keeping it up here, man. I'm in the clouds, baby. Where are you at? You in the basement? Shit. Alright. Bad. I can't hear you. The reception's bad, baby. I can't hear you. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do something though. So that's why, you know, you gotta be in harmony with yourself. In all aspect of yourself. Because you have your emotional side of you. You have your intellectual side of you. All of that has to be taken care of. You got to master those different aspects of you. In other words, they have to come together. Just like you're coming together with your ego, just like you're coming together and you coming in terms with your fears, with your pain. Now, when you start looking at pain like a dumbbell, come on, man. You trying to get some muscles? What you doing? I'm getting muscle up out here, baby. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm showing off my shit, nigga. You feel me? Stop playing. So that's why in your approach to yourself has to be you gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. And that's why loving yourself has nothing to do with being selfish. It has everything to do with being accountable. I'm taking care of this good looking fella that I'm looking at right now. You feel me? Now, at one point, though, because you have to understand, that's what the journey is about. You have to learn how to love yourself. You know, you got to honor your gifts, your talent. That's what having a good self-esteem is about. Self-esteem is how you valuing yourself based on who you are, your value. Not pleasing other people, not being a nice person. Nice means agreeable. You're agreeing with everybody. You're suppressing your individuality. You cannot agree with everybody. It doesn't make sense, man. You can't. Like, and that's what society's doing. It's turning you into. That's why they sucking the life out of you. You cannot be like somebody else. Well, nigga, even two fucking twins are different. My dad was a fucking twin. These niggas was total opposite. Came out of the same pussy. I mean, these niggas never look alike to me. I mean, I don't know, maybe because I just came out of that nigga balls. You know what I'm saying? Being in sperm, you know, the DNA, the connection. That's all of that side. I don't know, but I always knew who the fuck these motherfuckers were. Because I remember people used to ask me, yo, how do you know who your dad is? Nigga, I just do. In fact, they don't even look the same. But that's when you know. To me, these niggas didn't look the same. But if I were to show you these niggas' pictures, man, you were like, God damn, who? Nigga. And that's why people used to come up to me like, yo, how the fuck do you know who your dad is? don't know. I'm his balls. I got the snake by the balls, nigga. That's how I know. I don't know, but I always knew, and they never looked the same to me. But I guess that would be an inside jokes. That would be an inside thing. I don't know, but I'm saying all of that to say, for you to own your fear, first you have to acknowledge it, not fighting it. And that's how you befriending your fucking fear. And you do the same with your pain. Because a lot of you, what's happening with you is that your pain is holding you back. Your fear is holding you back. Instead of you using it to make yourself better. Because the thing about fear now, you know, the whole Batman mentality, mystery was about conquering your fear. You have a little boy, something happens, you know what I'm saying, he was scared of bats. And now, ironically, he had to face his fear. Now he became his fear. Another way of saying that he's controlling his fear. That's what Batman is about. Well, one of the main things. Because he's really talking about you. As a human, as a person. And Batman has those magical things he was able to do while he was still a human. He didn't have no superpower. But that's one way of looking at it. But the things that he was able to do while he was not gifted, those were his gifts. Your gifts is not to have what other people had. That's why everybody's gifts is fucking different. You'll never be like somebody else, and somebody else never gonna be like you. So when you try to act like in accordance, it's crazy. It's funny to me how, like, being a black sheep of my family, in a way, I was always the vagabond. And then I realized how stupid these motherfuckers were. That's why I was the vagabond. That's what it is. But I had to go through that process. And that's what I was talking about. It's like you're listening to people. You got to find yourself. That was the other side of, that's the dumbbell, baby. Oh, nigga, I've been pumping for a minute, nigga. How do you think I look so good? And that's the side of spirituality that people are not telling you about. Oh, you got to pick up your cross, baby. You got to carry your pain on your shoulder. And put that shit on the cross. Meaning you put it behind you, you crucify that bitch, and now you become somebody new. Like, fuck you, nigga, I'm out. You drop the mic, nigga. Touchdown. That's what the shit is about. That's what the shit is telling you. Suck your own dick, motherfucker. Again, to people who have not gone through it, it's going to sound selfish because they cannot resonate with it yet. But to people who can resonate with it, you know, loving yourself, that's what you are open to love somebody else. Because now you can listen to what they got to say. Now you know not everybody's perfect. Nigga, I'll fuck up too. So, okay, let's work it out. That's when you're looking to work it out with niggas. But how do you do it when if you fighting yourself? I don't know. You let me know how that works. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I'm able to see things on the frequency that I am, it's like, it's more so on the reconciliation side of it, the yin and the yang, accepting, embracing. I gotta shout out Queen Cup, I think her name is, because it's funny because as I was getting to that understanding, and then somehow I link up to her fucking video, and then she said that shit. It's like, you know how you could see something in your mind, but you're not able to put it in words, and then that's what that bitch did. I'm like, God damn it, bitch. It's like you spoke for me, bitch. Don't do that again, though. I can speak for my own self. And that's the appreciation, that's the respect too. But I'm saying all of that to say, she was saying, and as I was going through my shit, there's no like, you can't forgive nobody. You accept shit. Forgiveness does not exist, and that is a fact. You saying forgiveness, you want to have a big dick. You want to feel like I'm doing something. But when you're accepting shit, you're surrendering. So you giving up your power. You see the difference? That's why one way of looking at it, you're looking at it from a low, like, vibrational perspective, to be nice, or a victimized perspective. And that's pretty much what I've been looking at. That's what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, okay. Now, the masters want you to get, that's what mastering is. Know who you are, know yourself. You're a king, you're a queen. The king title, the queen title, meaning you are the ruler of who you are. And that's what the whole African spirituality is all about. Now niggas are saying this shit, they're repeating that shit. What's going on, king? What's going on, queen? But what we're truly saying is acknowledging that not only that I have mastered myself, you know what I'm saying, and I'm saluting you. That's what the fucking Indians, not the Indians, Tibetan are saying by namaste. I acknowledge the God in you. So me being a man, queen, I acknowledge the spirit in you. Although you could be a you know what I'm saying? Okay. Listen, somebody gotta do it. And I ain't even gonna go there though. I'm gonna leave it right there. You feel me? So I'm saying all of that to say, it's like, it's the level of understanding. That's what, the consciousness about. But anyway, to get back to the fear shit, because, I'll be going in and out of different world. But to get back to the fear shit, you can't put that shit, like, you can't count it out. Like, count it out. You can't do that. That's why this is a fucking very important topic. This is dope. And by you leaning towards your fear, like I was saying, because your fear defines you. And as, let's just say, if you were to do something that you were afraid of and you got to do it, guess what happens? It helps you to grow. Now, it by your fear defining you, there's two meanings in that. It could define you as being a coward, or defines you as now you're getting some muscles. In other words, when you know what I'm saying, you all muscle up, you telling niggas you put in the work. Okay, I speak multiple languages. I got you. Oh nigga, I could dance, nigga. And that's the good thing too. Me being Haitian too, I could see the French perspective, the English perspective, because that's what the fucking world that we're living in pretty much right now is. But also not my world. But you gotta transcend all of that. That's why I'm in my world. Listen, man, you're gonna have to rewind that one, baby. It is what it is on that one. So it's important for you to master your fear. First, you got to become friend of your fear. By you befriending your fear, it allows you to have better access to that side of you. Then, now you can ask, okay, why are we afraid of this? You're getting into the abyss, the depthness of your fear. You're digging the shit out. But you can't do that by fighting, though. You know what I'm saying? So as you're doing that at this point, that's when the answers will come to you. That's how you're gonna embrace yourself. Oh, get your medication, nigga. I'm giving you medicine. Use it wisely, though. You know what I'm saying? That's your dosage, nigga. So you understand that now. That's why you have to embrace your fear. And by you embracing your fear, what you're truly doing, technically, it's like, of course, you're embracing yourself, because that's what I was talking about. Because not only you get to expand the person that you are, you get to grow. That's what growth is. When you grow, it's like, if like, for instance, like I can't, let's just like me right now, I can't be talking about fears that I had when I was 5 years old. Like this man here had overcome that. But now that doesn't mean at this man right now, though, there's other fear that I have to embrace. So that's where the yin and the yang, the ma'at, comes in. But most importantly, for me to make sure that there is a ma'at, real meaning. When they talk about the balance, it's truly telling you being in power. Because everything the Egyptian had ever did, based on my understanding, was to give you power. Let you know, nigga, this is how you rule down here. This is how you stay alive. Not getting out the fuck out of here. No, 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 no. Well, not to me. And I don't think, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't come across anything that says it that way. But it says it in a way of me mastering the fourth season, meaning my square, meaning myself, meaning who I am, meaning my fears, embracing all of that. So you could, as you delving more into it, then you realize the perfect harmony. That's why there cannot be no wars. That's why they tell you about, the Kabbalion says it all. I mean, I feel like everything that I'm even talking about here is a representation of what the Kabbalion talks about. The first law is like, it's all mental. I don't think I have gone against that yet. I think if anything, I'm supporting that fucking idea. meaning that I'm understanding what is being said, and now I'm reflecting it. It's like, I don't know. That's why I understand that spirituality is not distant from you. Because even if you don't want to talk about spirituality, your life is being defined by your thoughts, your ideas, or simply put, something that's not tangible, the non physical part of you. So that's why Jesus was saying these guys are the fucking thieves. Because at that point, they were not telling you about the truth. I mean, the absolute truth.